Okay, this is part 2 of my case brief presentation. Application to the facts. In State v. Barnes, the appellant contends that her due process rights were violated because the indictment failed to provide notice that she was being tried for Stanley Harris's conduct. Was the appellant informed of the substantive offense charged? At trial, the court repeatedly held that she was being tried for the injuries the victim received from Stanley Harris, as well as any injuries he received from her directly. Moreover, the record sufficiently demonstrates that the appellant's conviction for aggravated assault was based upon both the appellant's conduct and the conduct of Stanley Harris. However, in this case, there is enough proof that two separate offenses committed by two separate criminal actors. In other words, probable cause existed to charge both Harris and the appellant with separate offenses based upon their separate conduct, excluding the principal's conduct from the aider's conduct would not extinguish all criminal activity. Accordingly, in this case, charging one count of aggravated assault did not provide adequate notice of which aggravated assault the appellant was being called to defend against. Next, the appellant contends that the evidence is insufficient to support her conviction for aggravated assault because the proof at trial failed to establish that the victim sustained serious bodily injury. Serious bodily injury is defined as A. Substantial risk of death, B. Protracted unconsciousness, C. Extreme physical pain, D. Protracted or obvious disfigurement, or E. Protracted loss of substantial impairment of a function of a bodily member, organ, or mental faculty. A. Substantial risk of death. The appellant did not pose as a substantial risk of death during her assault. B. Protracted unconsciousness. In the assault, the victim never once was knocked unconscious. C. Extreme physical pain. The appellant did not cause extreme pain to the victim. D. Protracted or obvious disfigurement. The appellant ended up causing a scar upon the arm of the victim when she bit down on his arm. This could constitute as obvious disfigurement, but it could also constitute as just disfigurement. State v. Givens, number 01C01-9307-CR-00203 of the 1994 WL 406-187 of the Tennessee Criminal Appeals Court, August 4, 1994, implied that minor lacerations about the head, bite marks, and minor lacerations on the victim's right upper arm and shoulder did not rise to a level of serious bodily injury. This case is some legal precedence that the court can use to find the bite marks does not constitute a serious bodily injury. A rational trier of fact could not have found beyond a reasonable doubt that the bite wound to the victim's arm constituted serious bodily injury. The injury more properly falls within the definition of bodily injury, which includes a cut, abrasion, etc., or disfigurement. The aggravated assault charge fails because it doesn't meet the necessary elements. The charge should be changed to assault, a Class A misdemeanor, Tennessee Code annotated Section 39-13-101A1. Disposition. The court reversed the appellant's conviction for aggravated assault and modifies the judgment of the trial court to reflect her conviction for assault, a Class A misdemeanor. Furthermore, the court found it unnecessary to address the remaining issues regarding sentencing as they are rendered moot by our holding in this case. Accordingly, we remand this cause to the trial court for entry of a judgment of conviction in accordance with this opinion and for resentencing consistent with the principles of sentencing. Could not find what the sentencing was for the revised charge. The concurrences and dissents. Concurrences Smith and Russell, dissents none. Thank you for listening to my case brief.